Hello, everyone. We are live, and welcome to the Seven City Shoptalk Sports Show, broadcasting live from the beautiful state of Virginia throughout the whole world, broadcasting to you. I am your host, Big Law Lawrence Johnson. As you can see, I have my co-host here, ready to give you a good show. Of course, we're coming back from the Wahoos being on a bye, and of course, we have our resident Hokie in the house. We got my man Ed and Wood. But before we get started, we want to thank you for joining us in another episode of our brand of dysfunctional camaraderie. And as of now, this shop is open. Let's go ahead and just jump into it. What you got for your opening monologue, Amy? How you doing?
U is not back. The U
Okay.
has U has refs in their pocket. That's what the U has.
Okay. Let me come to you, Ed. What's your opening monologue today? What you got?
As much as it pains me to admit, I think Amy may be right. The U looked vulnerable. I think I'll say that and leave it at that. They look vulnerable, but it's they can't. As I told Amy before the show, they can't play South Florida every week. So they're going to get tougher tests than they have been getting. So we'll see if they're really back or not.
Understood. We'll see. Let me come to you, Wood. What you got, man?
The U may not be back, but Amy, you definitely not back either. Beamer's not coming back.
Oh my goodness, man. This is crazy.
Now listen, I think we played an excellent game up until the missed field goal, whatever that try was that he did, the take it and run and not take the field goal, and then his time management. I don't know who's supposed to call the timeout, but they better find somebody to do that. Should just be their job. His time management sucks.
Well,
yeah, I'm sorry that happened to you. I really am.
Well, we definitely got some things to jump into, especially, and we'll get into that. We'll talk some college football because we had some phenomenal games this weekend, and we had some good pro games as well. But it's football season is what we're here for, is what we love. But being that UVA was on a bye week, let's go ahead and just get into what we're thinking. How are these Wahoos gonna be coming out of the bye? What do you feel this team is as far as how good you think they are? Are they think they'll be prepared for Boston College? Is the verdict still out? I really want to get your opinions. I'm gonna come to you first, Wood. Tell me what you feel.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Sorry, I have some issues here. No, I mean, I'll be the first to admit I think UVA's at this point a little bit better than I thought they were going to be. Obviously, they won more games than I predicted, but we had some couple. Wake Forest, I mean, they definitely didn't look good again. So, I mean, I'm not taking away from Virginia, but if we only really test we had was Maryland, and that didn't go so well. So I think it'll really tell us a lot Saturday against Boston College. They're a real physical team. I think they're going to have their quarterback back. Obviously, they didn't look good this last Saturday because he was out. But I don't know. Obviously, they're better than I thought they were, and I'll put my foot in my mouth on that one because they've already won more games than I picked them to win. But I think Saturday and next week will really tell us a lot. We have BC and Louisville too, because they're physical, tough teams. They're going to take it to you, and we'll see how we answer the bell. But obviously, they're better than I thought we'd be. But Saturday, it'll tell us a big step. Whether I'm not going to say for real, but are we really tough enough to actually compete in the ACC or not?
Okay, well, let me come to you, Ed. Let me get your opinion. How do you feel about this team? And what what do you think this team is going to do after this bye, coming out of this bye?
This must be a really weird night. First, I'm agreeing with Amy. Now I'm agreeing with Chad. I'm not sure I should say anything. It's
just say you're getting smarter and move on, Ed.
No, that can't be it. My wife says no, that's not it. But BC is one of those teams. It's another one of those teams that you hate to play. It's going to be a very physical, bordering on an ugly game. It's not going to be a lot of flow to it. Certainly not going to be like Georgia and Alabama. It's going to be who can impose their will on the other team first. I think we're going to know a lot more about our team after Saturday. I'm curious to see how they respond, because BC is going to be physical. They're going to try to run the ball. They have that quarterback that will scramble around and break your heart and wear out your defensive line. So, I'm cautiously optimistic, but until we start showing up and winning these games, we're going to have those doubts.
And let me come to you, Amy. You kind of give me your opinion of the Wahoos. Tell me what you think. You can give me your opinion as well as your team.
So, are they playing in BC or are they playing at UVA?
They're playing at UVA.
Okay. So if Calandria doesn't try to be all that in a bag of chips and, take everything and make it all about him, and the defense shows up like it has been showing up, I think they have a chance. But, BC is a good team and Louisville's a good team. Did they beat Notre Dame?
No.
No.
They didn't beat Notre Dame.
No.
Amy, you think they have like a Hail Mary chance or what?
Listen, don't get my blood pressure up. I didn't take my medicine last night. I got to take it tonight. I just don't care for Tony Elliott, and I can't help that. That's just something that's, after everything that happened, I just didn't like his response. And you only get one shot with me, especially when you're a UVA coach anyways. But my team, my team looked good. I don't know what the hell happened. I know the momentum changed after that stupid trick play that didn't work. And we played at the U. When you call a touchdown, if you don't have the indisputable evidence that shows that it was not a catch, it should not have been overturned. Do I think we were robbed? Yes. Do I think it's going to come back to bite Miami in the ass? Yes. Because didn't they start 5-0 last year and then went on and didn't win another game? So.
Sounds like the Redskins.
Oh boy, here we go.
We got this. You don't want to go there with them.
Listen, we
got
that
because them Cowboys look like crap.
We got that segment. We have that segment coming.
Watch the Week 4 champions. Week 4 champions again.
We got that segment coming. So let's hold on to that. Let's go and put that one in our pocket for a little bit. We're gonna take it out here in a minute, because my goodness, that is something to talk about as well. My opinion on the bye week is I feel like this team is, if there's any indication for what this coaching staff has been doing with the team in the offseason, seems to me like they're coming in more prepared, under this regime than they ever had. I wonder if the Calandria, is ready to take the next step. What I mean by that is trying to continue to play, play with more care with the ball, not putting the ball in harm's way. Will he use his feet a little bit more? Chris Tyree from Notre Dame, getting him more involved, in the game plan. I think in order to, based off this schedule we got going on right now, we're going to need his big plays, his big playability to pull out some of these games. It just gets really, really hard from here. Then we're talking about Trell Harris. Is Trell Harris going to continue to be the deep threat. He didn't necessarily get too much run or too many targets from the last game. This offense has to continue to move the ball up and down the field, right along with the offensive line continuing to be better than what we thought they would be. And being healthy or getting healthier with this bye week. I think this is something that was needed. And the defense, I think this team, as good as the offense is, will only go as far as what this defense will take it. How many stops will the defense be able to get this week against Boston College? This is homecoming, so usually, during homecomings, you think you're going to get a team that's a softie. This is probably one of the harder teams, one of the tougher teams, in the vein of like a Pittsburgh football. They play tough. They like to run the ball and just give you a lot of things to worry about. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen with this team. But, that's kind of my analysis of coming out of the bye week and what we should expect, or maybe what we possibly could expect from a UVA football team. Next segment is, have your expectations changed? I'm going to come to you, Amy, on this one. Has any of your expectations changed when we're talking about the Wahoos? And also, give me your opinion about your Hokies. Has your expectations changed?
So on the Wahoos, I think what did I pick? They'd win 3, and they've already won that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think my expectation has changed, and we'll see after this weekend. For the Hokies, I had higher expectations as always. But I mean, I don't know. We came out, we played really, really hard. There was some really awesome throws, catches, really good defense. The 2 defensive backs played extremely well. I don't know. I don't know whose responsibility it was to call those plays and who was to watch the clock. That I just can't deal with.
Does Price survive?
Answer the question.
Yeah, my expectations
change?
Yes, they have changed. They have. My expectations has gone right down the tube. That's why I'm not getting too excited about the Redskins in week 4.
Okay, all right. Let me come to you, Ed. Has your expectations changed based off of what we've seen so far?
Not really. I mean, we're still kind of a high wire act every week. It's, can we get the consistent effort? Can we cut down on the turnovers? And that's that's something that you're not going to beat anybody turning the ball over 3 times. You're just not. But I don't necessarily, we don't necessarily need to resort to trick plays. There's no need to put our coaches in timeout. We'll just have to replay each game one at a time.
And let me get to you, Wood. Talk to me, man. What do you feel about this team as far as your expectations?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone knows I think I picked them to win 2, maybe 3, so they've already done that. So obviously my expectations have changed a little bit because, I think they'll win a couple more, but did it change enough to get us over the hump, say 6 wins? I don't know yet. We'll see Saturday. We'll see how tough we are, but yeah, going to season predictions, I think I said maybe 2 or 3 at the most. And obviously we've already 3-1. I think we had us at 1-3 at this point. So yeah, they definitely done better than I said they would. I'm wrong for the first time in a long time, but yeah, it changed. But I'm not sure that it's changed that much that we can hang a banner yet. But if we win Saturday, I mean that puts you at 4 wins. I think we could probably upset 1 or 2, and we'll probably go bowling. That'll save his job. But yeah, it's definitely changed. But I don't know if it's if it's enough to really say it's changed that much to put us on another level.
So you're within the idea of, and this is how I feel. If they get this win, I think they're going bowling. Do you think they're going bowling if they get a win?
Very, very likely. Yeah, I think they can steal too. Because we looked at that schedule earlier, and a lot of it looked really brutal. But looking at Carolina now, that's probably a winnable game. We didn't think it was at first, and then we could probably sneak another one. So if we win Saturday, I'll say we'll probably get 6.
Are they still going to have that many bowl games?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, if you win 6, you're good. You're getting in.
Yeah. You're going somewhere.
oh. I
Let
thought
me
they
come
had
to you.
eliminated some of that when they redid it.
Nope.
No,
No.
that's with the 5. That's with the 5-win teams like Tech.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me come to you, Ed. They get a couple more wins. You think they're going bowling?
At this point, I feel like if you can get to 6 wins, a bowl game is kind of like the phone book. You have to ask to be kept out. They're always scrambling around for some place, for some bowls scrambling around for some team to fill a spot because some conference couldn't fill their spot. So it's been, past years it's been something along those lines. So, but yeah, it's possible. I think I said 5 wins, which is not that far off from 6. Yeah, this game is going to tell us a lot going forward. Can we play physical football? I think we can. I don't know why the Maryland game still bothers me. But you cut down on the turnovers, run the football, and execute on special teams. It's really not that hard. We're not good enough that we can just roll the ball out there and play. We still have to execute. We still have to cut down on the turnovers.
And Law, I think if we get 6, we're definitely going to a bowl just by the revenue that UVA will generate for that, wherever it may be.
Yeah.
Well, I gave 6 games, and that was a hope. I wasn't sure how they would get there, but it was a hope.
Well, UNC shouldn't have bet against JMU. I mean that was.
They did it against Duke. They were up.
I know.
20-0, right?
I know.
They did it again. They were up 20-0 against Duke, and Duke came back and beat them 20. I want to say it was 20-0 at halftime.
It was. Yeah.
Yeah, it was 21. 21-20.
What?
Hold on. Go ahead. Everybody mute. Go ahead.
Amy, turn your mic off.
Go ahead, Chad.
The final score was 21-20, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was 21-20.
Yeah,
it was.
That's a coaching job there.
Half.
Yeah. Well, there are some coaches that are going to be on the hot seat here. You're talking about, of course, Tony Elliott's on the hot seat. I think the guy from Duke is on the hot seat. Hey, shout out to my guy Wesley in the chat. He's saying DK has to have a good game. He's the one that always scares me.
Uh-oh. We lost him.
Oh no, our leader is gone.
You're here.
Show just got a lot better.
Oh man.
It's okay, Chad's in charge.
And then Wesley's also saying he said he's going to turn 50. Cool. Well, happy birthday. Happy early birthday to you, man. Happy early birthday. But yeah, for me, I think this team is still, it's like I said, still a work in progress. The defense still is still trying to gel. But going into the 5th game, we're a quarter of the way through the year, and they have passed, in my opinion. But I had 6 games. I didn't know how they get there, but this was definitely it was a wish and a hope more than a strategic guess or just a good hunch that they would go there. But I want to see what they have to offer. I'm gonna be there. Kickoff's at noon, right, everyone? I think the game's at noon, so I'll definitely be there bright and early. I'll get there probably the evening before. You're gonna be there, right, Wood?
My son plays at 8, so I'm hoping to head over right after that. Yeah, I
Okay.
won't have much, but I'm hoping to be there. Yeah.
You coming, Ed? Or you still IR?
I'm going to be a game time decision.
Game time decision? Okay. Okay. And I know there's no need to even ask you, Amy.
Hell no.
Do you ever get out to any tech games or
Yeah, but I haven't gone. I mean, I usually go when Dylan goes, and he's already gone once this year. And
okay?
I'll be in Cancun in October. So, no.
Cancun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's nice. That's awesome. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, even better. Even better. Maybe you have to record. And I think last time you did this now, when you recorded, you actually I think you had a few margaritas. And you're alive as I don't know what. You guys remember that?
I just want to say I don't think those Mexican jails are quite like those New Orleans jails. So you may want to come down just a hair.
We're in an all inclusive, so I won't even be leaving the property.
Yeah, we know.
You say that now.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. So
we got police reports to say otherwise.
So yeah, so now we got our we got an idea of what we how we feel about the team. The last game, of course, it was a sound win, in my opinion. Seems like they were on a on a it seems like they're fixing to go on a run. In my opinion. Now, whether or not they can continue that after the break, that will be something to see. But let's see what this team has to offer, man. I mean, I think between the offensive line trying to get healthy, the running backs, the advent, with Xavier Brown showing up and being, do we have a different bell cow? I know we typically are going to ride the hot hand, but Xavier Brown looked like he was Thomas Jones out there. How he was just taking off, getting through the line of scrimmage and just, using his eyes. And he had really live feet to me, and he looked like he really was hungry to get more carries. But if we can run the ball, this team totally changes everything about this squad. But I'm excited to see what this team does. I'll be there on the grounds bright and early to see what goes on. But let's get to our next subject, which means getting into the prediction of the score for this game. So let's come up with a prediction. I'm gonna come to you, Amy. Give me your prediction of the game coming up against the Wahoos and the Boston College Eagles.
28-21 Eagles.
28-21 Eagles. Okay. All right. I can see where you would go there. I guess for me also as a question is Castellanos, their quarterback, who's reminds me of Kyler Murray. Doesn't throw quite as good. Exactly. My man Wesley's right on top of it. My question was, is their version of Kyler Murray because he's quick, he's he can be tough, but he can throw the ball as well. Not quite as good as Kyler can throw it, but he's definitely an issue, dual threat quarterback that we're gonna have to contain. Let me come to you, Wood. Give me your prediction for the game, as far as the score.
Well, obviously it depends on if he plays or not, but sounds like he will. Everything I read this morning on Sports Illustrated, but so yeah, if he plays, it makes a big difference. If he doesn't, but if he plays, I'll go. Let's go 27-24. I think they beat us.
I was about to say. I think
we throw a Hail Mary late, but we catch it and then we drop it.
Look, I thought Chad was going to optimistic on me for a minute. I was like, wait a minute. What's going to happen here?
What? No, it depends on if he plays. If he doesn't play, I think Virginia wins by 10 points.
Oh, I got you. But if he plays, we lose by 3.
Yeah, on a Hail Mary we catch and then drop it.
Okay, all right. Now let me come to you, Ed. Give me your.
So the kid's worth 13 points. Am I doing that right? Interesting.
Yeah.
He's good. I don't know if he's 2 touchdowns good, but he's good. I 23-17 Virginia.
23-17. Okay.
Again, it's it's not going to be an exciting game to watch. Like I said, it's not going to be Georgia and Alabama.
Well, this is what I think. I think that if we can continue to run the ball, which that is definitely going to be the difference in the game. I don't know if we are. Hopefully our line is healthier, and we're trying to prove something moving forward, and we continue to not leave it on Calandria's shoulders. And if that's the case, this is a way different team. We start using ball control. We start running out clock. With the ball control, we start getting everybody involved. You're also taking away more opportunities for Calandria to get itself in trouble. But let's let's. If I'm going to give it a score, I'm thinking that they can put up points. I'm looking at both teams can. I'm looking at 38-34. Thinking Wahoos. I think if they can, like I said, run the ball, keep it wide open, and I think it breaks open late, or the UVA comes back late, and they win the game. My man Wesley saying XB has a 40-yard touchdown. Tariq finally has his moment, and we win 28-17. Okay, all right. He said the stuff I heard. Okay, that's a I like that. He actually gives us the blueprint and how we get there. As far as big plays and who's gonna make the big play. I like that. But yeah. So that's a that's what we want. That's what we want to see. I know that with Virginia Tech. Who do you Virginia Tech have, Amy? Are you guys bye this week? You have a bye.
No, we have Stanford at 3:30. Yep.
You should be favored.
So Drones has 954 yards passing.
Mm-hmm.
Their quarterbacks combined only have 880, and they don't even have any running backs stats. So and our running back has 532 yards.
I was about to say that kid probably got about 1,000. He's a hell of a runner.
That
I give you that. Yeah,
yep.
He's a hell of a runner, man. But
yep.
yeah. Well, yeah.
I think that.
Give me your prediction.
For Tech?
For your team, yeah. Give me your prediction. What you got?
I think we're going to win, but 28-17. 28, yeah. 28,
okay.
28-18, something like that. I think we win by at least field goal and a touchdown.
Okay. All right. That's solid. That's solid.
Because I know if we're on a 3-game losing streak, somebody's losing their job.
What time do you guys play?
We play at 3:30. Y'all play at noon, and it's on the ACC network.
Well, this is definitely going to be good. I can't wait for it. So yeah, that is awesome. So right along with that, college football has been going nuts for this, especially this past weekend. I had an incredible time, a fun time watching some of these games this weekend, some of these upsets. And I say it every year. this was the best college football game I've watched ever. And I think it happened again with the Alabama and Georgia game last Saturday night. And I want to kind of get your opinions about that game.
You got two coaches underneath the winningest coach of all time playing against each other. They're all friends. They all had dinner at what's his face at Coach Saban's house that week.
Kirby Smart worked for Frank Beamer?
No.
You said winning as coach.
Saban.
Oh.
Nick Saban.
Okay.
Bear Brown.
Well, I'm just winning as college coach. I mean, I do not like Alabama, but when you watch two coaches go after each other like that know each other so well, it was a really good game in my opinion.
I felt like it was a phenomenal game, just like you said. I mean, I don't know. I was watching it. It went back and forth. I did not know, how it was going to end, and just kind of makes you more hungrier for the college playoff, because when we get to that college playoff, you're going to have moments where the games, they're going to, be on the edge. You don't know who's going to win, and teams are going to go back and forth like a heavyweight fight. Let me come to you, Wood. How did you feel about the games this weekend, especially the Alabama-Georgia game?
No, I mean, that's almost like NFL football. That's cream of the crop. Exciting back and forth, but Amy was talking something about Virginia Tech. What game is she talking about? They're going to win by double digits.
Oh, we have Stanford on Saturday, and I said by 10 points.
Yeah, that's double digits.
Okay, it's still a field goal, and a touchdown.
Very optimistic. But no, going back to that Georgia Alabama. I mean, that's what I guess you would say everyone strives to be. Most of those kids on that roster are NFL players, next year at minimum. But that kid is 17 years old, a receiver from Alabama that made that play. He's 17 years old. So, I mean, obviously, UVA had a bye week, but great week of college football. But, I mean, that's Georgia, Alabama. That's the best you can ask for.
I agree. Now let me come to you, Ed. Give me your idea of what you saw for this college game.
Unmute there. If you like defensive football, this is probably not the game for you, but just some incredible athleticism. I still can't believe that receiver from Alabama is 17. He should be sitting in a high school English class. Instead, he was the first. I was reading over the weekend. He was the first player in the state of Alabama to win the Mr. Football award in Alabama as a high school sophomore. And then the following year, he became the first player to win it back to back. Probably would have won it 3 times in a row, but he left school early to go to Alabama.
He graduated though.
Did he? Okay. It was, like I said, it's not the most. From a purist standpoint, it may not be the best game, but from an athletic standpoint, that last touchdown was just. I'm thinking there's 2 guys they're gonna get him down, and they didn't get him down. It was just, I've never seen anything like it. It was just, I'm glad I saw it because I wouldn't have believed it otherwise. But that was just crazy.
Well, he was definitely one of those kids where you can really tell that he's special.
The motion he went through just to catch the ball.
Mm-hmm.
and then to get away from the two defenders, it's just. And he's 17. I can't.
Can't fathom it.
No.
When I was 17, wasn't doing that. I was playing.
My dreams when I was 17.
Right. I was playing, but I wasn't doing anything like that.
A lot of back feed, guys.
Yeah. I was saying I was 17, but I wasn't doing anything like that, man. I was playing and on my way as well. But I can tell you that was definitely a incredible game and one of the best games I've ever seen. And it could be, one of the greatest. Actually, it is one of the greatest games down in history for all the back and forth that this game had. It was awesome, man. It was awesome. So now that we kind of have talked about all of the college games and kind of got that out of our system, I think we can approach the pro game now. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on in the pro realm of football, meaning the NFL. Right now, the NFL is on fire as always, and I usually don't talk about my team because you know why? There's not much to talk about. But there's a little something to talk about now. I don't know.
There's a whole
You probably
lot
got something
to
to say
talk
about
about.
this.
There's a whole lot to talk about.
Yeah, let's give me your opinion. I mean, about what you're
Let's
watching.
talk about Jaden Daniels doing
Okay.
something that only Tom Brady has done and one other quarterback in the history of the NFL,
Drew Brees.
Drew Brees. And where's our Dallas Cowboy player? Oh, Dak Prescott. Big deal. Going to sign his contract an hour before the opening game.
What's your record? What's your record versus Dak?
I ain't worried about my record versus Dak. I know what my record is right now. Cowboys is 2-2. The Redskins are 3-1. And the Cowboys got to go into Steeler Nation. Cowboys got to go into Steeler Nation on Sunday night and play against a 3-1 Steelers team. Y'all are not winning that game.
You finished third, so you got a third place schedule, and you're week 4 champions like you are every year. It happens every year.
No, it has not.
Actually, we're not even week 4. Usually they're not even that. Usually,
that's
not
right.
even week 4.
You're not even that.
Yeah.
No, if you look back, y'all started off pretty good last couple of years. Yes, you have. Look up your own schedule.
No,
if you don't know, look it up.
We're not that.
Look it up, Amy. If you don't know, look it up.
I'm looking it up.
Let me know.
I just know we got Jaden Daniels and you got Dak, and Dak is washed up.
Well, give me your opinion.
Jesus Christ.
Hold on, everybody. Let me get your opinion, Ed, before because I can see we're going deep with this. Give me your opinion of what's going on. I mean, Charles Snowden got a sack, and the Raiders won. So come on in, Ed. You go ahead and give me your opinion on what you got there.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here thinking, I am so glad my guys won, and Snowden getting his first career sack on the last play of the game is just icing on top. Yeah, I mean it's the Daniels kid is pretty good. I can see why everybody was anxious to trade up to get him. I hope that the Redskins can keep him upright, because that has been a problem with their quarterbacks in the past. Is they get knocked around a good bit. So might be time to develop to invest in some big linemen and help keep the kid upright. But yeah, it's of course I wouldn't necessarily save him a spot in Canton based on 4 games, but it's encouraging.
Now let me come to you, Wood. What's going on with your team? Cowboy followers out there, a lot of Cowboys fans. Looks like you're having trouble. Not quite as bad as the Eagles right now, but what's going on with your Cowboys right now, man? Uh-oh. They're leaving.
You got me? No, I'm not leaving. You got me?
No, I said the Cowboys are leaving the building. Bing,
Nah,
bing.
hell no. We ain't leaving.
Go
We
ahead.
win the division every other year. Why would we leave?
Okay. Tell me about your team. How do you feel about your team? Where are you guys right now? And is there a light in the tunnel, or you guys, you got a lot of injuries? It seems like, your trajectory
Yeah.
is kind of pointing, the arrow pointing semi down. Talk to me about your team.
No, I mean 2-2. We look pretty bad defensively. They need to send him back to Minnesota. Lawrence is out. Parsons is out. So we need to just float this ship right into the bye week and get healthy. I know Jerry. It's a poor offseason. That's where we are right now. It's poor offseason. We had a chance to get Derrick Henry. We said we couldn't afford him, but yet we're paying Trey Lance $5 million, and his cap hit is actually more than Derrick Henry would be. So we are where we are. I mean, we're an average team right now at best. We're struggling right now, but at the end of the day, we're going to be there. I do like Jaden Daniels. I won't take anything away from the kid. I really like watching him. I don't like watching at all, but if that kid is playing, you got to get to the TV and watch him. But I don't know. I'm not ready to make a prediction yet of who's going to win the division. The Eagles, I mean, they're fighting among each other. Head coach and quarterback fighting each other. So the Giants are who they are. So I think Washington is definitely playing well. So I don't know. Yeah, I think we'll be there at the end. It's just a matter of we got to get some few acquisitions and pass rushers. And your best pass rushers came from Dallas, by the way, and Dorrance Armstrong and Dante Fowler. Your center came from Dallas too, Amy. In case you know, so you're actually the Washington Cowboys right now.
No, they call us the Cowmanders.
No, I don't know right now. I mean, we're obviously struggling. We don't look good, and we got the Steelers, but we need to make a couple acquisitions just to get us to the bye week and we get our players back. And our defense is terrible. We got to do something about that. But I think we have enough talent on the offensive side to score enough. If our defense can come around, I think we'll be there at the end too. We're probably around 9 or 10 wins probably, but we'll see how it goes.
Hey, this is Mom Vanessa. How you doing, V? Thank you for tuning in today. But yeah, I think that the team, for me, for the Commanders, I'm thinking, I still have PTSD from RG3. I feel good about the kid, but I'm just very cautious as far as, all right, everything's going good. He seems like he's a really good kid, which I didn't feel that way about RG3. Was always kind of a, look at me kind of a guy from the beginning.
RG3 was arrogant.
Absolutely. He was a look at me guy
And
from the beginning.
He's still arrogant.
Oh, yeah. He wants his attention. Mm-hmm. This kid has become humble from the beginning. He is a kid who, first person in the building, last person, literally. He asked for keys to get into the building. He's also been studying, I don't know if you guys have heard, like a virtual, he has like a virtual headset that he puts on, and it conditions him and teaches him how to read defenses and to react to different defenses, whenever he's getting blitzed. So that's something that I think a lot of other teams are going to start to try to utilize. One of the talking heads today said, maybe, I think it was on Rex Ryan, the show that Rex Ryan is on. He said they're looking for, they're looking for the next Lamar, or the next Patrick. They say right now they're looking for the next Jaden Daniels. And I said, based off of what he's been doing.
He has an extremely high football IQ. He has a very high IQ, but he has an extremely high football IQ.
And he hones it all the time. Yep. You can tell. He's never rattled. He's even though he may be nervous, he has a smile on his face. He seems very cool under pressure. You never see him make a frantic move, or hardly ever like a frantic throw. Everything's always mechanical, quick, compact, gets the ball out, flick of the wrist. It's just really, I'm kind of still floored, that this quarterback fell into our lap, because that's what happened. He actually fell into our lap. in my opinion.
Yep.
And if Snyder was there, I think he would have picked the hometown kid, which is a kid. If we had the first pick, he would have picked the hometown kid, and the kid that's at Chicago.
The Williams kid.
Yeah, which I don't want that kid. Jaden Daniels just is something that, the kind of person, the kind of player that can turn your whole franchise around. And everyone knows once Washington, D.C. gets their football crap straight, that city gets on fire. You got to admit that, Wood. I mean, when Washington plays and their city is and the football team's doing well, the city jumps on the back of the team. The couple years that RG3 was doing really well, and they won the division, city was on fire. It came back like that, but it's not going to come back, unless they start winning. And as they're winning right now, I mean, I'm excited for this next game. And then I don't want to look ahead, but they play the Ravens the game after this one this Sunday, which that right there, they said that's the week they can start flexing games. You're talking about Lamar versus Jaden in prime time. That could be absolutely phenomenal in Baltimore. So they beat two teams on the road. They beat Cincinnati and they beat Arizona on the road. Now they get a chance to go against, King Henry. Then they get, the reigning MVP. Then you throw Jaden into the mix. That's just, grounds for a dynamite game. And I'm looking forward to it. What do you have going on? With the Raiders? And talk to me about the Raiders. Are you guys, your record? You 2-2?
You're on mute.
Can't hear you, Ed.
Okay. Yeah, we're 2-2, I think. And I mean, as soon as I saw that the quarterback that I kind of liked a little bit last year couldn't beat out Gardner Minshew, I've come into the year with, I think it's fair to say, reduced expectations. So I mean, it's I think they're kind of circling the drain and hoping to get fairly high up in the draft so that they can draft their Jaden Daniels. I think they did try to move up and get him, and Washington was just a no, and I think everybody sees why now. So I mean, it's going to be a really long year, but we're 2-2, so some good teams are 2-2. I can't think of any right off the top of my head, but there's some good teams at 2-2 right now. So I mean, it could be a whole lot worse. We could be in Philadelphia. But sorry, Ball Hog.
So the games on the 13th for the 8:00 Sunday night game is the Bengals at the Giants.
Oh, they're gonna flex that one.
Nobody watch that.
They're gonna flex the hell out of that game. They're not even gonna.
That's gonna have an NC-17 rating.
Yeah.
Sunday night game, the Bills at the Jets.
That might not be bad.
Yeah, but especially if Washington winds up winning.
If Washington wins,
oh my God!
And the Ravens, who do the Ravens play?
Who do the Ravens have? Because if the Ravens, what are they right now? They are 2-2 as well.
The Ravens.
Yeah. You're welcome.
The Ravens are
They're at where?
Bengals. They're in Cincinnati.
Okay. All right. They can win that game.
Oh, yeah.
So you got the Ravens. So if the Ravens win, Washington is who do we got coming up?
We have the Browns.
We got the Browns coming to DC.
Mm-hmm.
If they wind up winning, you're talking about that's going to be a clash. Washington at
I
4-1.
I bet that game changes to an 8 o'clock game on Sunday
No, that's
night.
what I was just saying. They're going to flex that.
Yeah.
They got to flex that. They got to flex that game.
Unless we're still no.
I
We
still
won't
think they'll
host.
flex it.
The Orioles won't host on the 13th. The Orioles won't host a game, right? If we're still in the playoffs.
They may. They still no. They may. They may host. But I still think they I still think even if Washington loses, they'll still flex that game. Especially if Jaden has another good game, semi good game.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll still flex it. So
ain't nobody gonna want to watch them stupid Giants.
No, especially against who they're going to play against. So
right.
No way.
Sounds like y'all think the Redskins are for real.
I mean, come on, man. You talk to me. Talk to me, Wood. I mean, they're 40 points. One game, 35 the next, or the previous. They're the second through 4 games. They had one bad half, which was the first half against the first game of the year against Tampa Bay. Then the kid started getting his legs under him and started calming down a little bit. And then he's been on fire ever since. The offense has been running. And it's not like it's, willy-nilly luck, or it's been a matter of factorly kind of, we're going to run it down your throat. We have different ways to run the ball. He's also almost, how Lamar has become a decent passer now. He's a better passer than Lamar right now. Lamar was never this good of a passer as this kid. Just look at his accuracy. I get it. Sometimes he's throwing some short stuff. Even his stuff down the field is on the money. He just threw his first interception in 4 games. And it's just and 100 and some odd catches. He's 100 and some odd passes. The most accurate of all time in the first 4 games. So it's not a fluke as far as his decision making, accuracy, and processing. So I don't know. I mean, what do you see, Wood? I mean, you a football guy. You got football eyes. Talk to me.
No, I would just say look at the competition. I mean, they got a third place schedule. Who has he played well against that is a great team? Would be my only argument.
I understand that part. I think the Tampa Bay game against the Todd Bowles defense, that kind of was a little bit of that test that you're talking about. Playoff team who won. I think that more issue was our defense just couldn't stop Baker. Absolutely awful. And then when he got on track, he actually looked pretty decent in the second half. Then you look at the way that they played against the Bengals. The Bengals are a decent team. The Cardinals were, they struggled against the run, but they got guys, out there in the defensive backfield who can make plays. I don't know. I think, and then of course the Giants, that was just a divisional. I kind of don't even really put a lot into division games as far as, because anything in division games, but.
Well, I mean, Dallas only beat the Giants by 5 points. I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, who has Dallas played?
Yeah.
The Ravens. Who else would?
Are you talking about Dallas or are we talking about Washington?
I'm talking about Dallas.
So how did it fare? How did it fare the last 5 years you played Dallas?
I ain't talking about the last 5 years. Teams change every year.
We haven't played you this year, but I guarantee you when we play you, we'll beat you.
Jerry Jones put all his money into Dak Prescott. Jerry Jones screwed his own team by getting rid of some of the best players on.
Like
You
who?
need to retire.
Who to get rid of that's so great?
You just said we've got 3 defensive players from Dallas, or 3
Yeah,
offensive players
you
from
you
Dallas.
said great. You said great players. Who to get rid of?
Biotish he's really good. He's actually way better than a lot of people give him credit for.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew that when he was
He's
coming
hurt
over.
now. He's hurt.
Who is?
Biotish.
Oh, with his ankle. I think he'll be all right. They said that he may be able to play, but he's still better. When he was coming over, when you guys had him, I knew he was really good. But him coming over, I think he's gonna play. Then, the other Cowboys, Dorrance Armstrong made an appearance.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Then what's the other guy? On the other, Dante Fowler.
Dante Fowler.
He's starting to come around a little bit. So it's they're definitely a work in progress. I mean, over half the roster, or right at half the roster, is different from last year. In addition to overhauling the leadership as far as coaches, the whole coaching staff, and then the ownership. Overhaul the ownership. Nobody's left hardly from the old regime. So this is a different team y'all dealing with now. Different team that you're gonna face. I don't know if I would be so confident to dismiss the Washington football team. Would I get what you're saying? Same old. You're giving us the same old thing, but I don't think this is the same old what you're going to be used to facing. I don't know. I'm interested to seeing what's going to happen with us. We don't play y'all till what, Thanksgiving, or when do we play y'all for the first time?
Yeah, I think it is
Thanksgiving.
Make sure y'all eat y'all lunch early because you're gonna be sick.
You're gonna be sick, huh? Don't say that, Wood. Don't do that. This kid, I'm telling you.
Death,
all right.
taxes, and Dallas beating Washington. 3 things you can guarantee.
No, don't do that, Wood. Don't do that to yourself, Wood. We're all recording this, so don't do that to yourself, Wood. This kid, if he, oh man.
No, I already said I like the kid. I like the kid. I like watching him. I don't like watching, but you got to get to the TV to watch him when he plays football. He's a good quarterback.
I just,
All right.
How
about them Orioles? Them Orioles hosting tomorrow and Wednesday.
Yes.
The Kansas City Royals.
Yep. How about the Orioles? Let's go. I'm excited to see what we can do.
We're going to move on to the second round. I just hope we do not have to play Houston.
There we go.
And Houston's got to play the Tigers. So
there's the
I'm
O's
hoping
right
them
there.
little Tigers knock the snot out of Houston.
Yeah, we need that to happen. But it's been a great show, everyone. I can tell you, we got some more talking to do. I mean, it's still early, college and pros, and I think this week may give us some answers. We'll see how Jaden Daniels plays against Myles Garrett, a tough Cleveland defense, and we'll also see how Calandria plays against a tough BC team. Got some things to look forward to. And who do you guys got, Wood?
Steelers.
Oh man. Do you got a prediction for that game, or you just gonna keep it where it's at?
When you win the division, you play good teams.
Okay. Well, we're playing the Ravens. Y'all playing the Ravens too, though, aren't you? Oh, you already lost. My fault.
They already beat us.
Yeah.
But we don't play.
Right. We're playing the
Cardinals
division
and all those beaters.
Well, this is gonna be good.
You lost to the Ravens? Wow.
Yeah, we lost to the Ravens.
Wow. Okay, that's all.
Not as bad as losing to the Raiders, though.
You'll have
27-21, we beat Pittsburgh.
Oh man, this is crazy. Well, let's get to our closing monologues, everybody. So talk to me, Amy. What do you got to say in closing?
Go Hokies. Go BC, go O's, and let's go Redskins. See y'all next time.
2 out of 2 ain't bad. Go ahead. Let me come to you, Ed.
I'm mine's pretty straightforward. I just if you've been watching the news this weekend, the flooding in western North Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, that place is it's a mess. My daughter worked at Asheville a couple years ago, so I'm sort of familiar with some of the areas that you're hearing about. It's a mess. There was was it Chimney Rock? I think it was. Was just it's gone. The whole town is gone. And there's just water flowing through a lot of the places that we used to go when we visit my daughter. So if you can, what they need right now is money, because they don't have anything. They don't they don't have roads. They don't have power. They don't have anything. Send them money if you can. Donate blood. They need blood desperately. It's redcross.org, and you can contact your local Red Cross unit to arrange a blood donation time.
Very commendable, Ed. Absolutely, guys. Get out there and help your community if you can. It'll be greatly appreciated. And God bless those people. Let me come to you, Wood. Talk to me, brother. What you got to say, closing monologue?
So when you have a decent football team and a bad head coach, just throw a Hail Mary and blame the referees. Go Hoos. We'll see y'all next week.
And what I got to say is, first of all, I want to give condolences to actually Pete Rose died today, and so did Dikembe Mutombo. So
I didn't see the thing about Pete. Wow.
Yep. Pete Rose and Dikembe Mutombo died today.
He'll go in the Hall of Fame now.
No, yeah, he'll go in the Hall of Fame for that. Yeah.
No.
Now that he's passed away, they didn't want to give him the satisfaction.
Okay.
Of knowing that he was in the Hall of Fame while he's alive, which is petty, but I get it. Why they're doing it. It is. I think it's petty. I mean, it's over. It's been over. You can't take away his accomplishments. I get it. It's not like his whole career was based around betting. I get it. He bet on some
betting is permanent lifetime ban, not until you're really, really sorry or even dead. Permanent lifetime ban.
But but things change. Things change all the time.
I get it. If you want to change the rule, that's fine. But right now the rule is he's banned.
Yeah. What do you think about that, Ed?
Only if they ban steroids the same way.
That's true. Then there's a whole bunch of people who are full of juice that are in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, if they don't put him in now, then really there really shouldn't be a baseball Hall of Fame anymore.
Yeah. And then the advent of now gambling so legal is ridiculous. So I get it. It's become more. It's so mainstream, and kids get caught and get suspended. Now he's all banned forever. It's over. I mean, the guys, and he's passed away now. But yeah, condolences to his family. Condolences to Dikembe Mutombo, his family, and his legacy. Both of their legacies. Dikembe Mutombo lost his battle with brain cancer.
I didn't know what. I heard he died. I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
Brain cancer.
I think for the last 2 years he's been fighting it, and he's a pioneer. He's, I think, one of the ambassadors for NBA Africa. If you look at the NBA, you'll see there's been an influx, a lot of very good African players, African descent, and the guys are phenomenal. And he's one of the pioneers for getting some African players over, with the NBA pedigree coming over to play in the NBA. So shout out to everybody. Shout out to both of them and their families, and God bless them both. But yeah. We'll be ready to go. I'll be there at the stadium, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Anthony Calandria and this defense has to offer BC. Let's go Hoos. I see you guys pregame, postgame, halftime at Scott Stadium. Thank you for tuning in. We love you. Bye-bye, guys.